Hey, I'm Drew Mattman. I co-opted at XCS as an undergrad. I think it was the year between, the first half of my junior year and the second half of my junior year. When I co-opted here, I found XCS through the Marquette Career Fair, and a couple friends of mine had gotten co-ops, and I kind of figured if they could find something, I could find something. I was on the fence about doing a co-op at first, but when I went through the interview process, I was pretty much convinced that this was like the right path for me. It was a little tricky to leave school for a year at a time, but I think the benefits of doing my co-op were pretty clear, so I'm really glad that I went through with it. When I joined XCS, I was working on the power team, which is actually where I ended up getting a full-time position now. Pretty much what my job was to design and test power supplies on all of our circuit boards. So that was pretty exciting. Worked with a team of maybe like 10 people, and we've kind of been growing since then, but at the time, yeah, it was around 10 people. I returned to school after a year and went back to school for a semester and then came back for the summer afterwards, and then ended up with a full-time position now. I guess I would have started a couple months after I graduated, and I work on the power team now like I did when I co-opted, and I think the responsibility has kind of increased since coming here full-time, but it's definitely been exciting and a good job to start my career with. As for advice for someone trying to find a job or a co-op at XCS, I would say it's really important to show off like any personal projects you have or work that you've done in your major outside of class, because at least when I'm recruiting and going to career fairs, everyone seems to approach me with like, oh yeah, I did this project that everyone in this class did, and I was always really blown away by people who kind of took their major and like turned it into a passion outside of school. So I would say if you have like any projects that you've done or any code that you've written outside of classes, that would probably be a really good thing to show off or at least talk about. When I was looking at a bunch of different companies to try to interview with and find a co-op experience with, XCS was super appealing because they had mentioned that the company culture is really good, and both when I co-opted here and now while I work here full time, it's definitely been proven to be true. Like we get free pizza, once a month, and all my coworkers are really, really great friends of mine, and it's just really been a great work environment to start my career in. So if you like laid-back places to work and you don't want to feel micromanaged, I would definitely recommend working at Extreme.